Is reinvention only for those who can afford it? I
No,
mean, you said it. You said
absolutely
like if
not.
somebody
Yeah.
loses a job and they need to just get a job immediately, but if you have some means, you have the opportunity to. So that seems unfair.
Yeah, no, it's true. It's actually, and the reason I said that was to be sympathetic to the people who are involuntarily laid off and have a whole lot of needs that they have to meet and have fewer degrees of freedom in the reinvention process as regards the labor market. But everybody should see it in this particular way. Look, a lot of people who don't have any money, they have their marriage breaks up, right? That kind of thing. That's a reinvention too. A lot of people, most people who get divorced against their own will, look back on it years later and say, that wasn't a bad thing for me. I thought it was a bad thing at the time, but it wasn't a bad thing for me. So to the extent that you can see any changes in your life as an opportunity for learning and growth, you're going to be a lot better. So I recommend to people all the time that they walk a pilgrimage, which is what people have done for thousands of years in every major religious tradition. In the Hindu tradition, in the Christian tradition, for sure, the Muslims, they walk, the their Shinto pilgrimages. And the whole point is when there is time between things and you're looking for what your next thing is, make it into a physical metaphor. And what'll happen is you won't find it, it will find you on the trail. That's the ancient idea from that. And I did that, by the way, when I left the presidency of this big think tank in Washington, D.C., and I didn't know what I was going to do next exactly. I know I was going to go to university and do what? I don't know. And so I walked the Camino de Santiago across northern Spain. And every day I prayed. I said, Lord, guide my path. Guide my path. Just me and my wife worshiping and walking and praying. And on the last day, entering Santiago de Compostela in northern Spain, I was granted the information. Just like the legend says, it was to spend the rest of my life lifting people up and bringing them together in bonds of happiness and love using science and ideas. And I said, all right, game on.
Let's go back and talk about process.